Yeah, I recommend reading the post Chris Wilson did on PoE's Reddit. I hope. Oh, okay, let's see what's going on. Oh god, I'm going to Reddit. Uh-oh. Right, we'll do this before the patch notes for FF. But there you go, that's why people didn't like it. The entire playbase got cut off doing arbitrary chores over and over again. The music's a bit loud, but it's a vibe though. Like, what are you saying? You're killing the vibe? Steel drums? What we're working on. Yeah, I did see some of this. I was trying to find out why everybody was fucking raging. Over the weekend, we launched PoE Lake of Kalandra. The deployment was very smooth, with no major technical issues, and only some minor hotfixing required over the weekend. We reached a peak of 250k. Today, we have been processing feedback from the first 2 days of the league. That's not a huge number, 250k. I would have expected more. And have a number of balance and content adjustments we plan to make to address much of this feedback. Arch Nemesis. There's quite a large jump in difficulty from the campaign to early maps as the number of Arch Nemesis mods on monsters rises abruptly. Oh, they made the unkillable enemies again? This is not only affects their average difficulty, but also how tanky they were. Oh god, were they just big lumps of HP? Me and Chris have had some experience with that this morning. We're going to taper this up more smoothly so it's more gradual. It's a more gradual progression and is unmodified in red maps. This will result in less difficulty and less life on average for rares. To prevent life values getting out of hand on special league monsters with Arch Nemesis mods, we will also reduce the life bonus that each instance grants a rare monster and reduce the bonus. How much HP did these things fucking have? How much HP did these things fucking have? Any knowers? Was it crazy? Because a lot, yeah. I mean, I've definitely dealt with some monsters that are just ludicrous, that don't do anything, but they like have a heal or something, and you're like, you can't do it. Some are just unkillable. Wow, 3 minutes to kill something. Harvest. Players have commented that the quantity of life force, the new harvest crafting currency, yielded by Sacred Grove encounters is too low relative on how much the craft cost. Harvest yield currently scales up to around 10 times higher by the time you're in high maps with Atlas Tree specialization, rewarding you for running higher maps, rolling your maps well, and specializing in harvest. So if you double down on it and you like it, you get a lot more. Oh, only up to 10 times though. We rebalance the yield in lower maps so the league is more rewarding early on. But Players also noticed that occasionally a harvest encounter can result in no life force dropping at all. Oh no! This is because in an effort to reduce the number of clicks after an encounter, the life force from beasts below tier 3 had a non-guaranteed chance to drop, but was larger on average than it otherwise would be. This meant that you could occasionally get unlucky and receive nothing for the encounter. We are raising the chance of life force dropping so it's less likely to receive none at all, while striving not to increase the average number of clicks needed by too much. The number of clicks? Why is that a problem if you get a load of good stuff? I know they tried to cut down picking up portal maps and shit like that. Like portal scrolls and stuff, because you'd and then group them all together, but for like a useful resource, I don't think people mind too much. Lake of Kalandra. We're increasing the reward from both league and non-league encounters throughout the lake, particularly at higher map levels and higher difficulties. We'll raise the occurrence rate of regular, not ethereal, reflecting mist so that you get more choices. So it's a lack of currency seems to be a running theme here. Yeah, it's clicks in terms of picking everything up, so clicking on the thing to pick it up. But there definitely seems to be a running theme of just less currency dropping. And I guess this then led to like nothing feels worthwhile. General item drops. Players report that general item drop feels a lot lower in this expansion. There are two changes we made in 3.19. The first is that the rate of encountering rare monsters from certain league content has been reduced, so you're fighting, killing, and receiving rewards from fewer monsters than before. This is partially offset by rares in 3.19 now being more rewarding than they were before. The mods add more item quantity and rarity than before, and there's the reward conversion system used for the more dangerous mods. The second reason is that we removed a massive historic bonus to item quantity and or rarity that applied to some league-specific monsters. We replaced it with a moderate 2 to 3x increase to item quantity to offset the fact that they often have more life than regular monsters and some could not drop maps. Huh. Maybe our headphones are low. No, they're not. So they just reduced the amount of loot that's dropping then? So again, a lack of stuff. Okay, the theme seems to be just lack of stuff. There have been no other reward-affecting changes that we're aware of, but we'll investigate to see if there are any unanticipated consequences of some other change. Our intention with these changes is to modify certain league content that was out of line with other content so that it was a similar reward profile. These changes are important, but we understand they have reduced overall rewards that players receive. We're going to compensate elsewhere, but we don't want to just increase the raw number of items that are dropped. Most items are immediately filtered out. We want to increase the number of relevant items that drops. I see the purpose they were going for here, because everybody uses loot filters because too much shit drops. But, on the other hand, the loot is so randomized that you need a massive quantity to even find something useful. Like, you could go through 50 fucking staffs and they're all shit. And that's not including that you can drop every type of weapon in the fucking game. I see what they were trying to go for, but it's not really... Yeah, define relevant. That's the difficulty here. If you just... I always feel in PoE that the idea of having 1 million item drops is because the randomization is so vast that the chances of getting something worthwhile felt very, very low. Firstly, we are going to adjust a system that skews weapon armor base types towards higher level ones, so that players find items that are relevant for their level more often. This isn't an increase to overall item drops, it just means that you'll find more appropriate rare items more often. Secondly, we are going to apply the same item consolidation approach that we did to act bosses a few leagues ago to map bosses as well. They will now drop fewer items, but of substantially better rarity. This will result in you finding more unique items from map bosses. It's worth noting here that a widely shared clip of a player opening an Arcanist strongbox and receiving nothing has caused some concern about potentially bugged item drops. We believe this was caused by the change where common currency drops less frequently, but in larger stacks, which we made a number of leagues ago. We will fix the specific Arcanist strongbox issue. These changes are not final, but we want to communicate our current thoughts immediately rather than wait until the patch notes are ready later. The changes will be deployed separately as they're ready over the next few days. We will continue to monitor feedback. So, anybody who played at launch basically kind of got nothing. The second reason is that we rerouted to Torres Boss. Of course, it was not meant. Oh, they didn't even tell people. Ooh. Not nothing, but way, way less. Yeah. With given the RNG and you know what you're looking for, will result in considerably less. It was not mentioned in the Balance Manifesto or the live stream. Not even a casual offhand mention that they were putting through one of the biggest loot changes in the history of the game. I guess they hoped we wouldn't notice, but how could we not? It's so glaring. People are playing without loot filters and seeing less items than past leagues with filters turned on. Oh, they're taking some shit here. They're taking some big shit. You guys didn't want to click so much, so we removed loot so you don't have to click it. Oh, bummer. Oh, no. Oh, that's brutal. That's nasty. Jesus Christ. Removed a massive... But why? But why? I mean, it's a loot game. That's the whole point. I can see this. Biggest change in the history of the game goes undocumented. Ah, dude. Mr. Chris. I assume they're going to buff the shit out of this. They're usually pretty good at, like, resolving these issues relatively fast. I'm impressed you managed to get to almost 20 paragraphs just to say lol no. Gamers are the absolute most brutal human beings in the world. For online trolling. Oh my god. Fix it, Chris. Yeah. They are. Like, gamers are just the meme generators, right? Nobody memes like gamers. If you met a normie trying to meme, it's fucking brutal. It's absolutely brutal when a normie tries to meme. They just they're like go, oh yeah, well, you're a pedophile. And that's like their meme. It's just, there's no Kek W in sight. It's really not. Like, hearing a normie try and troll someone is just like having your ears pierced with a giant dick. It's so bad. They just say the most obscure, random, offensive shit because they think that's how we talk. It's like when Americans try and simulate British comedy. And they just go, well, you're just a cunt. In like a really deadpan, dead way. And you're like, what? What? That's not how we do it. That's not how it's done. That's not how we do it. Too late for PoE fixes. I feel like that happens a lot with PoE leagues. It's like people jump in always at the start of the new season, and then very quickly, if they're not happy, they just drop back to something else. Why we're quitting Path of Exile? Multi-league loot comparison.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, this is pretty fucked. What
80.
the fuck?
I have a siege axim on my mouse and I can't replace my inventory or anything. We have to kill this whole ranger. Here, Rasmus, here, Rasmus.
I'm
dying.
I'm hitting as much as I can. Like,
yeah.
Can you spin MP maybe?
Yeah, okay.
I think spinning is good here.
That UI needs work.
still
This is
try.
what you're looking at for anyone who doesn't play PoEs. This is a giga juicy map with multiplayer. So if you watched us play the last PoE League, we did some multiplayer. It's it gets pretty absurd. It gets pretty absurd.
Oh, 2x.
Okay. It doubled.
Yeah, fully juiced on map.
I
This
just
is
picked the currency,
this is
dude.
like very
Nice.
top end.
There's another altar.
Basic currency.
Another altar.
Yeah,
Another altar.
I guess it's
It
basic.
is a basic currency.
Yeah. Even mirror.
I would like all that.
This is just prophecy mobs now.
You're not when you start
no,
playing
yeah,
PoE. It doesn't look like
More
this.
under Alba.
In fact, you very
Cool,
rarely
cool.
play multiplayer.
Oh no, that's
It's chaotic. Let's say that.
Nope, you got it.
It's very chaotic.
Okay, GG.
How
I
long
got
does
my
it
setup
take
out
to
of
haul
it.
back all this stuff?
6 over there.
No, it's full stack of scourings.
Natural 60.
That's a lot of stuff, dude. That is a lot of stuff. Yeah, this is very, very super endgame stuff. That is a lot of stuff. That is with a very strict filter as well. Yeah, can you imagine what this looks like not filtered? Oh, fuck me. Wow.
I almost died.
Go away.
Stay on chili.
Almost fully juiced map.
Let's go.
Yep.
Another cooldown point. Nice.
Am I gonna pick it up?
Try. Okay, I got it.
I mean, I can't really move. But
I was spinning like on top of it, so that cyclone lasts for pretty long in this time dilation.
remember to pick up the breach rings.
Oh yeah.
You see them?
Yeah. Good call.
Okay, the game's not even
Oh, no,
keeping
he's
up at
not
this point.
vulnerable. Detecting some lag.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's some lagaroo.
Fun project.
Yeah, I guess. Like, there's
Like,
no
set it
way.
up and then you have like a super juicy map and
Oh my god.
Ching 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 ching.
double
Here's
higher.
bad luck. Okay.
Flashbang your stream.
What the f just happened?
Most recent what we're working on post, there's a section in the general item drops here that is the biggest change Path of Exile has ever received in the entire game history. And it might take a little bit of explaining why that is. If you haven't been playing like Kalandra, there has been a substantial reduction in the raw number of drops across the entire game. As a response to this,
Whose
GG
video
put
is
out
this?
this
So give us some
particular
credit.
snippet.
Whose video is this? Whose video is it? Empyrean Gaming. All right.
In the what we're working on post, and the line that we really care about reads here. The second reason is that we removed a massive historic bonus to item quantity and or rarity that applied to some league-specific monsters. We replaced it with a moderate 2 to 3 times increase to item quantity to offset the fact that they often have more life than regular monsters and some cannot drop maps. This right here is the biggest change PoE has ever received. It might not seem like it, but people don't really understand how quantity and rarity on monsters work in PoE. The way that item drops work in PoE is essentially every monster is compared to a white monster in a map, and they have a quantity and rarity bonus applied to them depending on how much loot GGG wants
Makes
it
sense.
to drop. We don't know exactly what those numbers are, but for instance, let's take a delirium mob or a breach monster. They have some large quantity and rarity bonus applied to them so that when you do the league mechanic, you're rewarded for it. So if you're killing a single breach monster, it's going to be maybe 10 times as rewarding as a single white mob in the map. And this is done so that when you actually engage with the league mechanic and you do a breach or do an abyss, you're rewarded with an alchemy. These mobs on average large are something like 10 to 20 times as more rewarding as a singular white mob in the map, which is why you
Makes
see
sense.
quantity and rarity bonuses on mobs that are in the thousands. You can see it
quality
on
feels
Tormented Spirits. Tormented Spirits has something like 1,000% increased quant and rarity or more, so that when a mob is possessed by a Tormented Spirit, that's why you're getting so many rares. So basically what they've done here is they've taken all League mechanics that spawn monsters in the map and completely destroyed their drops to the ground. Actually decimated all of these League mechanics.
Oh,
We're
no.
doing one last map for the league.
Chili, you have a Soul Ripper?
So this is
with
the current one.
the same filter
319
that we've been
Kalandra
mapping
League, fully
last
juiced
week.
Or
map.
you're just sparking
To see
normally?
the actual difference. Yeah.
So for people who aren't initiated here, we're running actual full juice with winged, which is what we didn't have last time. Absolutely everything. An identical setup to last league. We're full auging the maps. This is the best case scenario. And then what we're gonna do is equip our loot filter from the end of Sentinel last league. We haven't really filtered out all the uniques properly. We like some stuff might be valuable, like with the uniques. But it's not perfect, but it should give you a pretty good gauge of like the amount of stuff that's dropping before and after, you know, the Sentinel patch to Kalandra. So
Yeah.
Alright, I want a reminder, we're not dumping anything in the box immediately. We're gonna put
we'll
it
trade
in
it
the
in
same spot.
one inventory.
Yeah. I'm
Fucking
touching
hell.
that breach.
Yeah.
The guys...
Oh god.
Jesus Christ, look at all the
This
modifiers on
This
that
is
map
the
on the
laggiest
right hand side.
I've felt the game this league.
Yep.
5 delirium modifiers.
Wonder how much of that is spark.
Yeah, it's probably all spark.
Come to
That's
the
true.
abyss. Come to the abyss, Chili. I haven't seen a unique yet.
They pushed the game this far for
I think
loot.
we'll-
That's the
we
whole
will
point of the
see
game,
some
right?
jewels, and that might be about it.
We could get lucky.
A new quiver that isn't filtered out.
Yeah, because it's
A unique map.
Nice.
Wow, 7 items.
No time dilation in
The juiciest
Alba.
mechanic in the game. This is all blue monsters.
This is
all of them.
blue. Yeah, we proc the
With
blue
Beyond.
Alba, full Beyond.
Hasn't even turned off yet.
Best case
dead.
scenario.
There is a strategy, yeah.
Right.
Making a character that can
Having
do this
killed
stuff is still way beyond me.
Mangaros, wow, crazy. 2
Is that one?
Wait, is that
unique?
everything?
No,
One?
I picked up Meligaros. I picked up
one
this.
item.
But like,
Is that
the
everything?
broad scale gauntlet, that shouldn't even be on the filter. This is fucking worthless.
All I'm seeing is bubblegum currency that I would be sitting there trying to convert to chaos.
Look at my inventory.
Look at that! Oh my, that's so. What the
Oh, 7
fuck?
years.
Control
click
shift.
your
Wow,
items
they
and
really
tap
did do a
on
number on
OK.
that. Holy shit, dude. That's what
Isn't it
everybody
all
got
the
out of the entire multiplayer, which massively multiplies the stuff, right?
Oh, we made 2 chin souls, guys.
These Lahoops aren't even like. This is like lore weave fodder. What else?
Oh,
is
what a
in here?
bummer, that's so
One
depressing.
Malagaros.
You got a couple chin souls.
Yeah, the chainsaw shouldn't be on the filter, right?
Okay, I can fix that real quick.
Yeah.
I need to turn off flasks. Hold on. I don't know why those are on.
We dropped one map.
Oh my god!
We got a return, guys.
We just ran the
Got one
juiciest
map.
map that you can build in the game. Conqueror map, full SRST, 5
Good,
orb,
Chili.
6 man,
Oh,
full quant.
so
all stuff.
depressing.
This is the loot that we got out of it.
What do we got?
322 chaos.
If you liquidate everything.
That's every
If you
single
liquidate
piece of
everything.
currency that we picked up.
Yeah.
And
Everything. Everything, yes.
It's a passing comment in a manifesto that wasn't in the patch
Yeah.
notes. It's the biggest change PoEers received ever.
And it wasn't.
Yeah, that's just
entire
really
years.
depressing. It's
the-
not
in the
funny,
10
it's
years
just
that
sad.
It's been out. It's the biggest change they've ever made. And it's a
Oh.
passing comment.
Chaos.
They're doing the sextant math right now.
Call it 1.5.
Oh, they went again.
So per map, we're running at 227 chaos investment.
We
Per
made
map.
322.
Yeah.
Two lucky drops.
Made 100 chaos.
Well, it's like changing all the
9.5.
loot drops in a raid to 1 per boss or
So,
something.
yeah, so roughly 60.
If not
now.
less.
Yikes.
Like in
Yeah,
even
let's say
sometimes
like take
0.
like 50 maps to drop
Oh,
one
here's the-
apothecary.
Big loot explosion from the Alva.
Oh, an iron ring.
I'm hitting
One
all-
ring.
Did I crash? Oh, no, I didn't crash. I didn't crash.
One
I did.
item.
Yeah, it's like you just decided one day. It's like you just
Yeah,
there's no
you can be bold
BOEs
on top of
and
an
there's,
elephant,
you
don't-
get
don't
one
crash.
item per boss.
I-
Maybe.
I have never like
Come up here.
in all these years, like I've never felt like this about PoE.
I've never felt that they were so
So
disconnected.
have they
from
patched
the
it
game.
today?
Look at my inventory.
Have they patched it today to like fix this? Mapping has been destroyed. Community is very upset. Some of it they didn't fix quantity. MP's crew quits. New Uber boss. That is a smile. That is a smile. Oh man, they're getting a lot of shit, dude. PoE's recent reviews on Steam have dropped to mixed. Pentagon, hexagon, octagon, your loot skin. Oh shit. I've got to talk to Chris soon. Oh no. Well, lessons learned.
A number of years ago where they were... There was a patch to the Marvel Heroes game a number of years ago where they were upset at the insane movement speeds that some characters managed to achieve, and so they fixed it, and that was perceived negatively by the...
Fucking Saw. Remember Saw? Remember Saw, the most fun thing that they gave to Invokers? That's... You remember Saw?
community, and we're very careful about having the same reaction. We don't want to upset existing players, but we don't want to solve the problem, so we'll do it in the most careful way we can, and probably communicate it, right? This isn't going to be a sudden patch, oh, by the way, the game's bad now.
Yes.
It's going to be something where we say, we're considering the following
I'm not
changes.
trying to make the game bad. It's not trying to make the game bad. 7 hours ago, 14 hours ago. Okay, oops. Oofers. Oof. Guys, I fixed the game. Scouring up. Oh, that the MP crew really caught people's ass. Oh, Steel got to say, he's usually a really straight up guy.
Cause yeah, someone in chat said it really adequately. This definitely took the wind out of my sails. I feel so fucking demotivated.
Oh man.
What's the point of playing softcore trade if you can't juice? And what's the point of playing SSF if you can't craft gear? I don't know what to do.
That's really sad.
I don't know what
dude.
to do.
That's really sad. That sucks. That just fucking sucks. I started fixing their games. Steel logged off after 5 hours and went to bed. It's kind of how I felt towards the end of my run with WoW, man. It's like, I just don't know what to do anymore. Like...
I have tested it, and I don't like it. I don't like
Company
it.
is out of
It's
touch
shit.
ensuring it. Doesn't even listen to the feedback that people give them.
You lost 2 inches off your dick, and you lost one of your balls, and you're talking about how you're excited about this? Like, that's how I look at it.
Diablo 2!
Father, is it over? At long last. No king rules forever, my son. I see. Only darkness before me.
It's big need. What's the point of playing softcore trade if you can't juice? And what's the point of playing SSF if you can't craft gear? I don't know what to do.
Alright, I'm logging out. I'm not being a number on this game anymore.
Yeah,
I refuse.
Fuck this, fuck this. I think.
I don't like kicking someone when they're down, but that's fucking funny. That's really funny. That is really funny. What's this? The perfect analogy? Hold on.
Over things taken away from them. Like, people don't get excited over things taken away from them. Like, you wake up one day and, like, someone took a pair of scissors and snipped off an inch of your dick, right? Like, Like what? You expect someone to be appreciative of that? Oh, look, appreciate the rest of the dick that you have left. Nobody's gonna think like that or feel that way. You know what I mean? Not one person's gonna be like, oh shit, wow, look, I still got like this
Happy
much of my
Tuesday,
dick.
Preach. We off to the
I'm
Isle
happy
of
about
Manchester.
that.
We are. We're island hopping today. We got all good vibes. I was just catching up because I hadn't played PoE this season yet because I was a bit miserable all weekend. I made some changes to my loot filter so I won't struggle financially anymore. Oh man. Okay, so I mean, this is gonna need some fixing, right? Perspective of a 10k plus hour player. We'll do a review of these topics tomorrow and we'll detail it further. We plan to make. 319 as deployed includes a few improvements and bug fixes. We still don't feel like things are in the right place regarding issues. And we'll get in there. Oh. I think we've got the general overview, right? They killed loot. I think we've got the general overview of what the problems are. And that came across in the notes as well. This is just we're not getting stuff for playing. Like, and this is a game about crushing enemies to get stuff. That's what it's all about. Are you very hyped to try it? After the changes, I might get lucky and come back after they do some fixes and have a really good experience. But I know that somebody who still plays pretty casual like me would probably be really fucked off if I just didn't have anything. Because I like wasting my resources to test things. That's how I like to play. I like to throw potentially very expensive things at something that's not particularly great just to kind of see what will happen. Like, I like doing that kind of stuff. And if you don't have the resources to do that, then that's no fun. Yeah, you won't be able to do that now. Exactly. Because I always look at it as like, it'll drop again. Like, it's not a problem. If we want to use a bunch of like alchemy things and just see what happens, or launch a bunch of chaos orbs at something and see what happens, or whatever it might be, I don't give a shit. But you can only do that stuff when you know that there's with relative certainty that you're not going to be financially stuck. And you literally can't, you know, like, for me, it'd be like, my maps are all grey. I literally can't afford to fucking make them into something good. You know what I mean? I've got like a reasonable level grey map and I can't just bump it up to something more interesting. That's when it really